Um, yeah, it's pretty much done. I hadn't signed anything, but I think we're
What was your goal? Did you look to accomplish through the holdout?
just security. Security. Obviously, it's a volatile league. Um, and a guy my stature, my age, I thought security was important, and that was all.
Any part of this, you mentioned your age, and just in playing deep into the season last few years, any part of this, do you want some time off from camp? Like, you don't necessarily need a full camp.
No, man. Honestly, I hadn't did a full camp, and I don't know how long. Ever since I got here, Cal has done a great job taking care of me. Keeping a close watch on my reps, my workload. He hadn't asked a lot of me in the preseason game, so for me, camp has never been. Well, I can't say never. When I was a younger guy, of course, it was grueling, but now I look at it as a good time to get to know your teammates, get to know some guys that probably won't be on your team, come week one, but guys that you end up knowing a lifetime. So I miss those opportunities to see the young guys put on their jerseys for the first time, mingling with the crowd, at the luncheon, and just little stuff like that. You miss those times. So I definitely wasn't trying to dodge camp. Not trying to sound like a teacher's pet, but I like camp.
What have you been doing the last month? At what point did you realize that you were going to go through with this or have these conversations with the Niners?
Uh, you know, um, we had conversations. I didn't obviously. I didn't think that it would get this drawn out, but it's a tough business, and this was a very intricate contract. I wouldn't call it a dispute, but restructure. So it took time to get to where both sides feel like it's a win-win, and we had discussions in minicamp, and kind of knew that it could draw out a little bit just because there was other people on the table that obviously it was a lot of pressing needs. So I didn't obviously I didn't think it'd go this long, but it is what it is. We actually retained a really good rapport during the whole time I was away. Kept in contact with John and Kyle. So it was all business. Our friendship, Kyle's like family to me. All that remained the same.
Trent, were you adding up the fines ever in your head?
Nah, nah, I didn't try not to think about it. It's one of the things where you kind of know you're gonna leverage. It's what for better lack of a better word, it's kind of war. Both sides gonna lose a little blood, but wave the white flag at the end. We both signed a little peace treaty, and we good.
What have you done the last month to stay in shape? And was retirement ever into your thinking at all this offseason?
No, no. I probably this off season to me has been very very productive. Obviously not in the football sense, but in the getting ready for football sense, like my training. Just at age 36, just finding different ways to try to continue to get 1% better. And I think this off season, I had a really good off season. Me and my trainer James Cooper, we kind of locked in really early. Kind of changed a little bit of stuff about little things about my life that I think I would have to weed out going forward anyway, being an older guy. So I felt really good coming off this off season. Let's put it like that.
A few years ago, you said that you might be able to play until you're 40 years old. Have you thought more about how long you want to keep playing? Has this process kind of allowed you to kind of think about the rest of your career?
Yeah, yeah, of course. It lets me know that I'm still hungry. I still miss the game. I was dang there in a depression. Having to get up and watch. Around the league, go to every training camp, watching these joint practices, watching the preseason. You think of a kid not being able to go out for recess and got to watch everybody through the window. So it was, it was it was some really up and down times, and there was times where I didn't know if it was really worth it, times where I just needed that camaraderie. I wanted to see my boys. I hadn't seen them in a long time. Obviously last time we were together, it wasn't what we wanted it to be. So, just being able to feel that camaraderie, to see Coach First, he's a family member to me. He's just close to me as my uncle is. That's Coach First to me. So, I say that because we kind of need each other in times. And the time like that where I was kind of feeling down and out, kind of losing hope a little bit, it's time where having a conversation with a guy like Coach First would be really good for me. So it's things like that you miss.
On that,
You were watching through the window, if you say how you said it, but you wanted to get to know the new guys and be around your guys. Having to watch from afar, who do you see that's kind of a newcomer to the team that you feel like can contribute right out the game?
Oh man, I seen a lot of good players actually. The guy that jumped off tape to me was a few guys actually. So in no particular order, but obviously Pooney coming in and playing the way he played in those preseason games, and looking at his poise, and just looking like he's been there before. I was looking at that guy. I'm like, man, he looks like he can contribute day one. And he's such a steal, such a good find for those guys. So looking at him, I heard a lot of good things about Ricky just from talking to the guys. Didn't get to see him in real action. So just knowing that he's going to be a huge key to this offense, when the time is right. The safety, it was Mustafa, I think it's hard, Malik Mustafa. He was fun to watch. Watching him come downhill, and bring that hat and just play with that tenacity that you see that the 49ers defense played with is the reason why we've gone so far in recent years. So just seeing young guys like that, seeing the other rookie receiver, Cohn, I thought he looked electric when he got his opportunities. And it was one more. Yeah. Oh, the running back. Felt like the running back was a pretty good ad. It's kind of funny how Kyle just keep finding, all these guys are just, you think they come out of nowhere, but, these guys get in and they look like, they could contribute day one. And as a rookie, that's an extremely hard thing to do, especially in today's world where it's a microwave league. We want to see everybody be good as soon as they step in the door. So, that's kind of my evaluation of what I watched from the window.
On Matt's question about your age, and you said you referred to it as intricate, the deal you've done. How much of it was trying to figure out, I know when you talk about guarantees and stuff, like how much longer you want to play, like how much did that kind of factor in?
Well, to me, I'm going to play as long as I can. As long as I feel like I'm a productive player, as long as I feel like I have something to offer, I'm going to want to play football. It's all I've done since the second grade. But like you mentioned, Father Time is undefeated from what we've seen. Obviously, you can fight him off for a little bit. But that's, just going through this process, that was kind of the goal. It's like, I told myself, obviously this deal is done, get it out the way. But, how I've always conducted myself after signing the deal, I've never thought about what I signed for. I thought about what I could get next and how could I prove that I'm worth that, and how can I prove that I'm worth more, or how could I, so that's kind of go right back to that, getting this deal out the way. And, I want to play until I'm 40. I want to be, I seen Whitworth win the Super Bowl at 41 or 42. It's like, why not me? So who knows if you get compensated at the top of your position at the age of 40, but, I don't think that matters. To me, if I can still be out there, I just want to continue to knock barriers down. And, I know at my age it's probably, there's not been a lot of people to play at an all-pro level outside of a quarterback, and I just want to continue to bust those barriers and continue to show that, this is a new age, and the research that we've done and what if they've done and how they've sculpted our schedules to kind of keep us fresher and keep the banging off of our bodies, I think it does allow you to play longer, and I want to take advantage of that.
You mentioned at the very beginning, this is about security, but I think you would dip to 6th highest paid offensive tackle. I mean, how much was this also to you about respect?
I guess I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, it has something to do with respect. I'm not like one of those guys like, no, I need this and this, and no, it wasn't that. I mean, it originally started by just saying, hey, I just want what's already on paper, and that'll be my security enough. But like I said, it's intricate. I was under contract until I'm 38, so it's hard to ask somebody to guarantee, an 8-figure salary when I'm 38. And I get that. And I feel like in my heart of hearts, I'll be the same player, and I feel like I can work hard enough that I can keep that brand of football the same. But I understand, I've been around long enough to where I get both sides of it. So I didn't take that as disrespect, but that was one of the key points is like, I was under contract until I was 38. So, it's hard to tell somebody, hey, they ain't never seen it before. I mean, we've seen people play at that age. We've never seen people play and be the best at their position. It's not a quarterback. So I get it. And that's, to me, it's just more logs in the fire to kind of prove that I can be something that we haven't seen before.
Trent, you were leaders on this team, and obviously the thing with Ricky Saturday was pretty scary.
Yeah.
There's a lot of young heads in that room that look up to you. What would you say to them about handling themselves in big cities as a target, as a pro athlete?
Yeah, I think that's, like you said, but just touching on that, I honestly, that to be real, I felt more compelled to come back after that than anything because, I've never experienced that, like in my playing career, to have a teammate, shot, so to speak. So in my mind, I'm like, man, I just want to get back, get around the team. Like, Ricky stood out to me because when I popped in for OTAs for the 30 minutes I was here, he did, like, go out of his way to come and introduce himself to me, in which we was going to meet each other eventually. But, I'm getting there. There's 90 guys on the team. I'm just walking out. I don't really know everybody just yet. So for him to come up and kind of introduce, and I just instantly felt his vibe and, can just feel he's such a genuine person. So as soon as I seen that happen, I'm like, man, I just want to get back. I just want to be, a voice in his ear, let him know everything going to be all right. I'll be there for the team. A lot of people probably hurt and confused about what happened and thinking that am I next, So I wanted to be around for that. But, my message is just to realize you're a target. And this world is a hard place. It's a very, very, very harsh place. And I think sometimes we are shielded from reality. And for better or worse, whatever the reason is, we can be. So just staying in the moment and realizing that, your life is more important than anything that you can wake up and put on. So just always keep that eye out, man, and just know that there's people out here that don't really value human life. And you just got to be aware of that.
How much awareness did you have, if any, that next season, the priority is going to be Brock? The team has been pretty public about it. How much awareness did you have going through this?
Yeah, of course. I think I want all my teammates to get paid. I want them to get every red cent that they deserve, every red cent that they can. So Brock has obviously outplayed a Mr. Irrelevant contract. So I would be thrilled, absolutely thrilled to not only see but to watch his life change, after something like that, because he deserves it. If there's any great American story that you can look for in the NFL, it's this one right here. Nobody ever thought that he could do what he did. Still doesn't look to par when you bring in your last first-round quarterbacks. You're probably going to look at him and be like, he doesn't fit, but he's better than all of them. And I think his play speaks for itself. So super, super proud of him, man. I love the kid to death. He deserves every dollar coming his way. And, yeah, I want to be a part to help him get to what exactly he deserves. All right, fellas.